Welcome to the season finale. Welcome to the ISRL Esports channel. I'm ISRL Knight. I got ISRL Chris with me in the booth. We are here for round 18 of 18, and it's the Brazilian Grand Prix this time around. And once again, it's our season finale. So we've come through a long season there. We've had our championships tied up just a couple of races ago. There's still a couple of positions up for grabs here. We'll run down those, we'll run through those with you in a second here. But yeah, one last time, Tier 3 is out on track for Season 3. It's been an amazing season. We've grown tremendously as a league since the first race we have raced in Season 3, and hope to do a bit more of that with everybody in the future in Season 4 and beyond. We are going to be back. We're aiming for the mid-January. The exact dates are going to be coming out over the holidays. But so we'll be back in 2021 with some more racing. But we do have an event ahead of us. We do have qualifying and a race to go. So we're not saying goodbye yet. And yeah, here we go. We got some drivers out on track already. And I believe the first man to set a lap is going to be Cozy here. So we're going to ride on board with the Red Bull. And now, mentioned earlier, I said I got ISRL Chris with me in the booth. Chris, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you today?
I'm not bad. Now, Brazil's a short track. It's a narrow track. Are you predicting? What are you predicting for this race today? Are we going to be seeing a bit more of a maybe a pit stop battle, or is it going to be all about overtaking on track?
It is hard to say. Brazil is one of the oldest tracks we have to deal with, but it is the perfect track to get into a final race here in ISRL. Overtaking might be a little bit hard, especially in Sector 2. And a strategy, yeah, that's a good question at all. So we might see some weather changings throughout this Tier 3 race. If I look into the skies, it is really cloudy at the moment.
Now I did see Fallen Monkey's his weather forecast, and there is going to be rain predicted this race. So I did see a sun there at the end, so it looks like it's actually not only going to clear up, but clear up nicely. If I did read that right, but we are going to be seeing some variable weather during the race, and it should come and affect everything. Now let's switch you off of Cozy there as he's done his lap. We're going to switch over to our championship winner, Mivako. And Mivako, who sealed the championship just a couple of races ago. I believe it was after Bahrain. And looking to not only, I guess this is kind of a victory lap for him. He's won that championship. He doesn't need to do much more this season. He can't be overtaken. He can increase his gap maybe, but he's going to be looking to, I think, sign off on what on a season he's very happy with. I think he'd love to sign that off with a win. So expect to see Mivako probably trying his best today.
I think it's not about increasing his gap in the championship. I think he is just having fun driving the last couple of kilometers in Tier 3 right now, because he is one of those drivers going up to Tier 2 for next season. And if I'm speaking about next season, I'm pretty sure that a couple of ISRL viewers or fans even are asking about Season 4 right now, so it would be nice if we getting some information, how many races, as example, how many races we can expect for the new season.
Well, that's not something we have for sure yet. I mean, all that's going to be coming out. It's going to be coming out over the holidays. We do have some stuff in mind. It's going to be similar to this season. But of course, we don't know exactly all of the specifics on season 4. We do know that it is coming in the mid-January, as Mivako goes P2 there, Passassin with another strong performance. Craigo right away following up there in P3 with, we actually got a tie there between Craigo and D-Morts with a 107.996. So right away we're seeing some pretty competitive pace from, I think, everyone there. We got a couple of 108 zeros, 108 ones in the top 10 there, and still half the grid though have not set a lap time yet. So I expect those lap times to drop, especially as the track gets a little bit less green. Of course, I mean, everyone is well aware if there hasn't been a lot of rubber laid into the track lately, you're going to struggle just a little bit on grip and on pace, and that's why lap times tend to drop towards the end of qualifying. So yeah,
it is impressive to see already 1 minute 7 times in P3. So I'm wondering, what could we see for times in Tier 1 today? That's really impressive. Yeah.
We should. Well, of course, it depends on weather. Because if we get some rain during the Tier 1 qualifying, then that's going to maybe come play with that a bit. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. I definitely expect some 106s, considering we have a 107.1 there from Passassin already. We're looking at Extreme Pascal right now in the Williams, just setting his first lap time. Is there anybody crossing the line soon? I think F1
I think Estunik is entering sector. He is in sector 2 now. He's on his hot lap on the soft tire as well. So he set the time. He's 8th fastest at the moment. But
yeah,
I think there's an improvement. But he's probably running out. No, he's not out of fuel as well.
Yeah, Bembo isn't. Bembo, if you need another invite, let us know. We'll try to make you. We'll try to make one come your way. If not, you can always join back from your friends list. I see you in the pit lane, but I'm not sure if you're actually in the session or not. Sunik coming across the line here. Thank you to everyone who's already watching, by the way. He goes P5. As yeah, we got 14 people on the stream. Watching that lovely lap there. Now we're seeing a lot of times in the 10. We got another time. I think that's ISRL X or Azen. Yeah, Azen getting himself up into the 107.7. So look at that. Azen in P3 107.709. X in P4 107.751. And then Craigo 107.754. So very, very close there for that second row of the grid. Then right behind them is Sunik and D-Morts with a 107.951 and a 107.996. So right away, it's we've got a very close grid. Of course, Passassin has a considerable lead, but I think he's set one more lap time than everyone else. I think F1 Richie is just starting another hot lap here.
We have Scalo and Chilmo, but Chilmo invalidated his lap. So I take focus on Scalo. He didn't set a time yet. He's on the softs, and he's actually in sector 2 on his hot lap.
Yeah. Now I'm just gonna pull open the standings here, because I did mention earlier that we did have some positions that were still up for play.
That's for sure.
And I did want to. Yeah, I did want to run that down with you guys, because one of those positions that's up for grabs is with this man here. Oh, and I did just see some rain there. And so these guys are going to have to get their laps in now, because this track is about to get much, much colder and much, much slippier. So forget the lap time falling. Oh, and F1 Richie's going to dive into the pits, which is going to be probably the end of his qualifying session, as I'm seeing some raindrops here. But Mivako, we mentioned it earlier, 464, he's in P1. Aizen is in P2, and this is where the first big battle is. He's got 326 points. F1 Richie, who we just saw dive into the pits there, has a 325. That's 1 point less. He's in P3. So P2 separated by 1 point right now. Another close battle for P4. Demors and Catastrophic are separated by 7 points. Demors at 274, Catastrophic 267, and Isunik and Krago as well. That's up for grabs for P6. They're separated by 9 points. So up and down. I mean, even if we go further from P9 to P12, or sorry, P17 is separated by 20 points. So if any of those guys gets a win here, we could see a considerable jump. Cozy, the deck, separated by 4 points. End of the World and Hartman separated by 4 points. So right down, all the way down to the bottom of the grid there, we got some guys that could easily make up a couple of positions. Chris, do you have anybody in mind? Do you have anybody that you think will be able to put in that good work and make up those positions tonight?
I definitely take an eye on Possession after his strong race last week in Japan. With respectful and fair moves, I definitely look to him. He's sitting on pole at the moment with over 0.3 of a second faster than Mivako. But Scalo is doing well on P3 and X is doing well on P4 as well. So we have, like every week, we have wonderful and competitive drivers in Tier 3. So we should take an eye on everyone, especially with Wayne coming up. But yeah, Possession will be my favorite for the race stream here today. Why I'm saying tonight every time?
Yeah, well, it is tonight for some of these drivers. Chris, it is a morning here where we're located, but for some of these guys, it is very much a nighttime race. And so we have 14 drivers have set a lap time so far. They're separated by 1.7 seconds, which is a fairly competitive gap. And if we take out Assassin, we start at Mivako. That's 1.4 seconds separating the top 14. I think 6 drivers have not set a lap time yet, and with the track dampening up, with the rain falling, I doubt that if they do set a lap time, I think it's just to get past the other guys that have not set a lap time. They're not going to be setting competitive lap times at this point. On board with Bembo Gamer and see what he can do, and yeah, you can see we're on, as we go on the onboard shot, you can see that rain falling, and it's not just small droplets either.
Is it probably too late to go out for the fastest lap time on these softs? Because as soon as a little bit of rain is dropping, the grip on track is much. I mean, the car is probably feeling a bit more loose than the complete track. So Benbo might be setting his hot lap a little bit too late here, in my opinion.
Yeah, but I see on the screen next to mine, Fallen Monkey is having some connection issues, so he might not get a lap in, and with 5 other drivers who have not set a lap in, even if this lap time is uncompetitive, it's going to bring him up at least 5 positions, and it turns out it is actually a competitive lap time from Bembo, so maybe a little bit more grip on that track than we thought, because he doesn't go P15 where Extreme Pascal was. He doesn't slot in at the back there because the track has lost so much speed. He actually goes P12 and he beats Hartman, he beats Chilmo, he beats Extreme Pascal, and yeah, and a 108 forward, given the track conditions, is very good for Bembo.
He is actually, I believe he's actually going for a second one.
He might be with that extra temperature in his tires. If he's fueled for it, he could get that done. On board with Demorth, never mind, as he drops into the pits. Isunik, I think, is going out for another one there, as that lap was 2 seconds over his delta.
Oh, he's spinning
so
away.
I think maybe just... oh, there's a spin for the back, and yeah, that is actually...
Well, we don't will see another hot lap from Bembo because he lost it in sector 2.
Yeah, and Hope he
right-hander.
didn't impede that Haas there. As I think that was Scar Logan going past them. Sunik invalidated that lap time, so that's going to be no good for him. Still 5
Two more.
drivers who have not set a lap, and actually we're seeing Fallen Monkeys there on track. He's going to be setting... Oh, a bit of lag going on there. I sure you
Uh,
cannot crash into that wall.
Silmo is on track. He's on his hot lap and he is entering, or he is in sector 3 right now. Not a perfect sector 2.
Spin from a Sunik. Oh, and he gets
Oh,
in
he's
his
staying in
teammate's
his
way
way,
there.
my goodness. He's staying in his
Um,
way.
that's going to be
That's
no good.
unfortunate.
I'm sure there's some chatter going on team radio there, as Sunik had spun out and was inadvertently blocking the track for his teammate. And I hope he didn't cost Chilmo a chance at some extra positions there, because with time running out in the session, he's not going to have another chance.
I think if I see the cockpit camera of Chilmo right now, while he was entering the pits, it is already too wet to get some decent lap times in with the soft compound tire here. So I think we can't expect some new times here on the soft. So I think that's it for the qualifying by 20 seconds to go. Catastrophic is on his hot outlap, but I don't believe he can make it 7 seconds to go. He is on the start finish line. I don't think he can make it. No.
Looking over at the comments on YouTube here, we got a couple guys here. Jay Morth, thank you for the excellent commentary this season. Thank you for. I'm gonna assume it's either D Morth here or there's some relation to him. Thank you for the racing and the support. Bumblebee says good luck to you all. Bumblebee in P19 right now in the Mercedes. Farrell saying Ick's looking fast here. Good chance of making a big jump up the table, and he is P4. So yeah, Ick's who and assuming let's just say he gets an okay start. He runs this race and he finishes P4. Ix is looking at jumping up to possibly P14 there. He's currently P16 in the constructors, in the drivers championship.
Still a way to go for a couple of people to gain positions in the championship, even if Tier 3 championship is already done by Mivako. We have still positions fights for the second, third, and whatever. We have to. Yeah, we can be be looking forward to a brilliant weekend for ISRL here. Absolutely.
Yeah, we Brazilian Grand Prix, it does give us some good action, and we are going to get some rain during the race, which should lead to some chaotic scenes. But Passassin, Mivako, Scarlo, Ix, Demorts, Azen, Krago, Cozy, Asunik, F1 Richie, End of the World, Bembo Gaming, Hartman Esports, Chill Mo have set lap times. And beyond that, it's Extreme Pascal. He's the last man to set a lap time. And then the deck, Bacher, Fallen Monkeys, Bumblebee, Catastrophic. Nobody has set a lap time there.
And it is pouring with rain right now as we see the pits. It is, yeah, it is more rain than I expected, to be honest. So it's gonna be a really interesting start of the race. So especially in the Sana S here.
Yeah, and
Yes.
we're seeing the rainfall, and it is quite heavy rain, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it is pouring with rain. So I think we see the driver starting with the complete wet tire here. this might be a little bit more interesting because they have to bring those tires on Russia in the formation lab. And in Brazil, the tire wear is not this much, so they have to. It's a really interesting sector to see in the race. After the start, Fallen Monkeys still having trouble with his connection as Benbow as well, but he is not on my list here, so he might be completely out here. So I hope he is coming back as soon as possible to keep the grid like it is, but he's not on my list, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's just I think it's just some connection issues there from some of those guys that maybe have blocked them from completing all of qualifying there. Um, Milan or Mivako there in our
Yeah,
chat
he's good.
says
He's good.
that Alpha needs 11 points more than Ferrari to win the constructors, and it's true. And they are looking in a very strong position to do that right now with Ix in P3, Mivako P7 compared to Craigo P6, F1 Richie P10. So as of right now. Alpha could win constructors.
Excuse me that I interrupting you, Nick. I see Bumblebee 35 on P20. Is that correct, or is it? Or I'm the only one having his name on the list right now? Because Bumblebee is supposed to drive for tier 2, I suppose.
I'm not. That's not a problem we have to worry about right now. We're just going to commentate the race there. We'll let the lobby managers worry about the drivers in there. So on the formation lap here, looks like we did end up getting 20 people in the lobby. There's Fallen Monkeys. While he's not in the and Bembo still having some connection issues there, so we'll have to figure that out. Hopefully that doesn't continue throughout the race. They may want to reset their PlayStations real quick, minimize the damage now. Bembo, reset your game, close your game, reset your PlayStation if you have to. If you just keep rejoining from the same instance of the game, it's not going to work. It's going to keep kicking you out. That's just how the game is. If you keep having the same issue, you got to restart your game.
It wouldn't be the first time for Benbow. I hope he is fixing his connections for next season.
I think he is actually. He was telling me he is installing some nice fancy internet. Either he just did or he is doing it soon. So hopefully that won't be an issue in the future. But we have the start of the race is upon us. Got to.
There's a bunch of cars on the backfield here.
Yeah, just gotta wait for
a little bit more time than usual.
For the back markers to show up. There's just a couple of AI cars down further from the disconnects, and should be getting our lights soon. And here we go. So for the final time here in Brazil. For the final time for Season 3. They're off, and it's hard to judge, but I see a lot of wheel spin there from on the side from number 12. I think that's Scar Logan, and he's going to slot in behind his teammate as right away we're getting some time glitches, which is going to make this a little bit complicated. Ix gets a good start, and he's up into P2, but touches wheels with Scar Logan, and looks like they make it out of that okay. Could have been a lot worse. Demort's right behind them. We got Craigo, who's got a good start as well. Mivako, it looks like he's up into P6. Hopefully we get our timing screens to fix themselves here. Really don't know why this keeps happening, but Demort's is in P4. There you go. I can tell you that right now. As like there's a good start for that Renault, and right now it looks like the Alfa Romeo's got the start that they wanted, and it's a Haas 1-2. ISRL X in third, Demort's in fourth. And down the grid, it doesn't look like there's too many incidents there. I think everyone being very cautious on that first corner and that first couple set of corners. And as we see the whole grid working their way through there. And in the back, we're seeing both Mercedes having connection issues right now. So Hopefully they can get that sorted soon. Let's open up your position change now that it's fixed itself. Hartman's up 4 positions from the start. Our top 4 stays identical as nobody gains or loses any positions there. Oh, actually, ISRL X and Scar Logan are going to swap positions, I think. Are they? No, I mean, they're not. We're getting a lot of issues here. A lot of ghosted cars, and I'm not really sure what's going on there. It's showing me ISRL X in P2, in P1 in fact now, but that is not the case. There you go, it is. Oh, is that Demorts making a move down the inside? He did try it, thought about it, and I guess a better exit than X out of turn 4 there, and down up and all the way through turn 6. He's gonna have to slot in behind. You can't. It's really hard to plan a move there when it's dry. Harder when it's wet, and he's gonna think about it as X goes a little bit later on the brakes, and he's able to keep the position. So some good fighting early in the field. Mifako up 2 positions. Looking to close down on his teammates soon. Aizen has had a bad start, down 2 positions, and crucially for him, bringing him closer to F1 entry, but he only has to outscore him, I think, by 2 points. Maybe 1 point. I don't know what the tiebreaker goes down to between these guys, but I can't remember who's had the most podiums between the 2 of them. I don't think either of them have. Oh no, Aizen has gotten wins this year, so I think Aizen might be able to win the tiebreak here. Oh, that's a Red Bull going very close to the wall on the apron there. And ahead we're seeing some overtaking. And oh my goodness, that's X and Demorse having a fight that I think both of them trying to make a move. We're seeing some debris fall. Both of them trying to make a move on Scar Logan, but it's not going to work as I saw some contact. And I'm not sure who lost that end plate, but there is some. Oh, I think that's Scar Logan somehow who's lost the end plate. So Scar Logan has lost an end plate. Now that's going to trap X and Demorts behind them as they're still fighting. A little switchback there from X, but is not close enough to make it work on Demorts. And some good action so far, but this is allowing is for Assassin to build himself a comfortable gap, in the whole field, it seems like, is stuck behind Scar Logan.
Indeed, it's a really interesting battle as we have both of the Haas drivers getting an early lead, but afterward, Demort, X, and Deepak were still fighting here, and there is someone loose. Is it Demort? He's losing.
Yeah, Demort has lost a lot of time there, and oh my goodness, has he rejoined safely? He has. So Demorts with a big loss of positions. He's down in P15 now.
Yeah, he on his teammate now. He was showing himself, but he thinks better of it, and he's waiting for the straightaway here.
I'm not sure what caused that. Did you see what caused him to go around there?
It was probably contact with X from Baku there. Probably. I didn't see it correctly, but he definitely spun out after the fast left-hander before end of sector 2. So there might be some contact between the Alfa Romeo drivers and the Renault. But I'm not 100% sure, as we see a fight here for third position. A really strong race for X right now.
Yeah, the Sunic was having a little peek around the outside of Aizen there, but no traction on the circuit right now. As we're seeing in the chat there, yeah, 2016 flashbacks is Jaron Visser, and it's true. It's a very wet Brazilian Grand Prix. This is what this track is known for. To be fair, it's not the first time we've seen rain here.
Ivaco on his teammate now. And he passed him, but almost side by side into the center as here. Be careful.
Yeah, so Mivako up into P3, and I guess for Alfa Romeo, it doesn't matter too much who finishes ahead. I do wonder if maybe there's a bit of team orders, maybe X giving him an easier pass than he would have given someone else. Because so long as the Ferraris stay behind X, then Alfa Romeo wins the championship. and he's doing a good job at keeping Craig behind him right now.
But he's doing a good job to keep up with the Alfa Romeos right now. But he also got Aizen behind him. He got actually a bunch of drivers behind him, not only Aizen, but Stunik also. A great start for Stunik. He's already on 7th place there, and he is pushing the McLaren and Ferrari.
Oh, that's an off there from Ix.
Oh no.
We saw that Alfa Romeo spin off track. I think got a little bit too eager on the throttle, and he goes all the way to the left, and now he's dropping down the order down in P16. He was running so well up to P4, and Ix not going to be happy with himself there. He falls off. I didn't see if there was contact. I think it might have just been a grip issue. But yeah, down and away he goes in P18. Is he gonna? No, he's not gonna pit or anything. But I think he managed to save himself from damage. But now this has opened the door completely on the championship, and now Mivako needs to get past Scar Logan if he wants to have a chance at winning the constructors there for Alfa Romeo. Ferrari and Craigo and F1 Richie are going to want to get get their car in gear and get past some of these guys ahead of them if they want to bring that home for Ferrari.
Yeah, it is unfortunate for Ix. After a brilliant start fighting with his teammate, he is now really struggling here in Sector 2 to get his tires back to normal temperature. So, I mean, having a spin with the wet tires might be not that crucial. You could have actually more temperature in your tires, but they might overheat it right now. That's unfortunate.
Mivako getting past Scar Logan there down the straight, and we do have our first pit stop. Being Sunik. So no, he's not dropping down the order. He's just the first man to gamble for the inters, and that's what I thought I was seeing, and I think he's caused a couple of other people to react to that and dive in the pits as Joseph Cozy gets on the inters as well. And let's pull out the tire telemetry here. And we're going to see, down the grid, Cozy, Sunik, End of the World, Bembo Gaming, all going for the intermediate tires. As I think, there was a safety car that came out, and I'm not sure for who that was. I don't see anybody that had an off.
It might be one of the Red Bulls, Joseph, because two of the Red Bulls actually were sitting in 8th and 9.
Yeah, but he pitted with the Stunik. He pitted at the same time as the Stunik, so no damage on Cozy. I'm looking at him right now. He just put on the intermediate tires. Do you think maybe it has something to do with ISRL X?
No, I was watching X for a couple of seconds after his spin, so he was only struggling with his tires, but he didn't spin afterward. So I'm still wondering who it was, and I can't find anything. Remote is recovering pretty well. He's sitting on P11 and he's fighting with Hartman. Okay, at the moment there is no much of fighting because we have safety car.
Catastrophic's gonna pit, and so is everyone else. There's a big block up ahead, and a lot of double stacks there. We're seeing Mercedes, we're seeing, or sorry, not Mercedes, but McLaren and Ferrari, both double stacking. There's some damage there on Bakker's front wing that he's gonna get changed.
Driver switching to the inters now.
Demort is staying out. Catastrophic still on the wets as well. Oh, Catastrophic is on the inters now. Demort's the only man who stayed out. I think. Do you think maybe he? I'm not sure what the strategy is here with Demort's.
He's might be got the perfect temperature in his tires, especially for Sector 2, but if you see so many drivers heating out for the inters, I think he just missed to get into the pits in time. Now he's getting stuck behind Assassin and the safety car. So I think he is going for his pit stop right now, or he's
Yeah,
really
but I think
optimistic to drive with the full wet in these conditions because it stopped raining.
I think he may be not opting not to double stack with his teammate there.
That's
Um,
yeah,
but
that's good.
he's going to end up losing out on more ground this way, I think, unless his teammate can back up the field behind safety car.
And he is pitting right now. Yeah, so he might be avoiding double stacking with his teammate, but he is losing a lot of time by now. Ah, my goodness. And we have so many drivers with time penalties.
Yeah, now,
Even Sos-
well, I mean, we still, considering how tricky turns 1 and 2 and 3 can be here, I am quite surprised we don't have too many of them.
Yeah, turn 2, yeah, turn 1, 2, and 3 could be a little bit tricky, even in the dry, but yeah, wet conditions is still waiting a little bit, but it's inter time here. Everyone's on inters.
Yeah,
So
definitely change over time.
I hope I at least hope that we get some dry tires before the end of the race. We are in lap 9. Yeah, we're in lap 9. So catastrophic all the way down to P20. He's the only driver at the moment. He needs to keep up with the rest of the field, and then we probably see a restart just in time.
Yeah, we're gonna see soon. I don't think the safety car is in this lap, so we're gonna get another lap under
Yeah,
caution here. And
safety
I'm gonna try my best here to do some quick mental math, and just give you a little update on the constructors, because Crago is all the way behind Ix again because of that double stack.
Oh, there's
Mivako,
contact between the Williams and the Ferrari. Oh no.
uh,
Quago and Extreme Pascal there.
I think
Oh,
should hopefully be okay for Crago. He's ahead. I don't see why he would have gotten some damage. Oh, but he is going to pit again.
The Williams has damage, or yeah,
So Crago may be getting some damage. But Mivako is getting a nice 33 points right now. With F1 Richie getting, believe, 20. Or 18. So I think,
yeah.
and with Ix getting 2 points, I think Alfa Romeo might be clinching the constructors here.
Yeah, Quago, just to inform you, Quago did change his front, yeah, his front again. Sorry, but I saw the Williams getting into the Ferrari, so I'm a little bit surprised by the Ferrari is changing his wing. Maybe he was hitting someone in front of him. I definitely saw some debris. I don't know if it was from the Williams driver or was it from
But they're off now. And it's a good start from everybody. Assassin, Vaco, and company all getting off. Okay, and you can definitely see the track is faster. Further down there, F1 Richie making a move on Aizen. And oh, they're still side by side though. Aizen not giving up. And F1 Richie forced off track there as he just cannot carry that much speed into turn 2. He's going to have to slot in behind Aizen, and it's going to be Cozy all over the rear diffuser of that Ferrari right now as they're heading down towards turn 4 and 5. And no big moves up or down the pack yet. Everyone got away okay, but there's a big gap further down between Demorts and I think that's Bacher. Already 3.4 seconds, so the Demorts not able to get back in that groove that he had earlier in the race. I think Sunik and Mivako are able to hold close to Assassin. So Sunik getting himself up into a podium position. She's going to be quite happy with that after starting towards the middle of the pack. Chill Mo is getting was getting quite close to End of the World. End of the World getting a slightly better exit there. And now keep in mind, guys, we are going to be getting some dry weather further down in this race. At least that's what we saw from the weather report earlier on in the session. And of course, it's not completely accurate, but oh, that's a moment there from Cozy, and he's able to save it. We saw him have a similar drift in Suzuka, and once again, Cozy pulling out the Formula Drift tactics. He's going to lose some time to Scar Logan there, who thinks about a move, but backs out as he gets to the braking zone. Cozy able to conserve the position. He drops some time to F1 Richie, but of course, I'm sure he prefers that to dropping the car, and he keeps on 6th place. Assassin is starting to build up a gap. Scar Logan holding very close to the Red Bull ahead of him. And Ix, he's gaining positions again. There's a yellow flag there. I think that's Catastrophic, who's had a moment further down the field. Ix getting up into P11 there. Oh, I shouldn't have cut away from that battle, because it looks like there's a bit of shuffling going down with Bakker and Ix, and down the straight they're going to have a little drag race here in the rain, and it's going to be Ix ahead for the straightaway, but who's going to be ahead in the braking zone? And they're side by side, and it's Bakker down the inside, and it's going to be Bakker who has a moment. I think they might have touched wheels, and Ix is going to slot out ahead, but Bakker is going to have a run here down the straight. Or is he? He needs a better exit here as he dives down the inside, and I think he's closing up, but he might have dove down there too soon. As, yeah, he did. He has to slot back in there, and Catastrophic is pulling into the pits, I think maybe to retire, as he's all the way down the order already, not having a good race. Ix with some good defending there, though, from the to keep the McLaren behind. But oh no, look at that, Bakker! Oh, that's a cheeky move down the inside of turn 6 and 7 there, and he's just gonna have to push Ix aside. And wow, Bakker making it work, and he reclaims 11th position. I think Ix he does have some front wing damage that might be costing him. I don't know when he picked that up, but Ix needs to get ahead of that McLaren. He can't get that. He can't let that Red Bull get ahead of him. Not with the constructors up for grabs. No, and that's F1 Richie, who's had a spin. I was talking about the constructors. Ix can stop worrying, because both Ferraris are not even in the top 10 right now. And Ix goes past F1 Richie. And F1 Richie's going to pit here. He's going to have to put a... Oh, there's a lot of people pitting here. What's going on? There's 5 cars pitting all of a sudden. What are they going to be going on? Do we have some guys gambling for the softs, or there's some inters on the Haas? There's some more inters on the Alfa Romeo, but he's serving a penalty. And is that some slicks on F1 Richie? It is. F1 Richie going on the softs here, and it's still raining. So we got some big gambles here happening further down the grid. We got a lot of soft tires, and these guys that are on the softs, so it's still obviously it's too wet for the mediums. It's gonna be very interesting to see the gaps here. It's too wet for the mediums, but the softs are not going to last until the end, I don't think. But it does look like the softs are faster, because oh, Asunik is out. Asunik is out of the session. And he's hit the wall there, and that's going to trigger quite a few pit stops, I think. Asunik has hit the wall, losing grip there. And are we going to get, is that a no safety car? Nothing, I think. No, not even. So that's not gonna launch a safety car. That's the end of Asunik's season, and his teammate has just had a moment in turn 3. So both AlphaTauris not having a good time. And like I was saying, I think it's too wet still for the mediums or the hards, but the softs are not going to last until the end of this race. And that's what most people are going to be going on. So we're going to get a pit stop rush at the end, and we might see guys like Aizen here who are gambling or end of the world who are gambling for the harder compounds in a great position toward the end of this race.
We see some soft runners here.
Yeah, and it has stopped raining now. It had not stopped raining when everyone was pitting earlier, but I think maybe the track had just evolved enough and it was just dry enough that they could afford to put to get off the inters. And now Chilmo, Cozy, and Mivako, the sun's out, and they're still on the mediums. Or sorry, not on the mediums, but on the inters, and they're gonna lose so much time here. Aizen's already right behind Chilmo. Chilmo just has no grip here up the hill and onto the straight. And Chilmo has to pit. And Aizen's going to be in his way, I think, as Chilmo dives in behind there. And saves himself. Cozy as well pitting. And those guys just stay out on the inters too long. Coming out of the pit there, and yeah, Aizen's going to be in the lead. And Aizen's taking the lead here. So Aizen pitting on the hards, one of the first guys to pit. And I think Mivako and Passassin and all the other leaders, of course, Thunik with his retirement, he was running P3. That's promoted Aizen to the lead. And while Mivako's right behind him here, he is on the softer tire compound, and he might get a good chance to get past Aizen here further down this race.
It is all mixed up right now after it is absolutely the only guy in front is still Mivako. He's sitting on second place still, but Assassin and Gallo, both of the has losing a lot of places there.
Aizen about to lose his position though. Mivako as Mivako as he cruises down the inside, and those hard tires just not up to temperature yet. But still, P2 for Aizen. End of the world goes fastest, I think, but immediately gets it stolen by F1 Richie, who's gotten that car back up into a very respectable position after that spin. I think he pitted on for the softs, and that's just it's played into his hand perfectly, and he's back up into P5.
Assassin is fastest on track for the time being, but he is getting stuck into traffic in front of him. Ikes, Baker, and Joseph Cozy battling in front of him, and he is going side by side with X there. Still side by side.
Yeah, X and Passassin having a lovely little scrap further down the grid, and Passassin's going to try to stick that Haas up the inside still, but X has more traction on the outside of that corner, and he's going to live to fight another day in P9. But down the straight here, Passassin's going to have an advantage if X can't tuck in behind Bakker and get into that slipstream. So Passassin, yeah, I think Passassin's just a little bit too far to make that work. But someone who's not too far to make that work is F1 Richie in the Ferrari, and he slides ahead of the deck there for P4. So F1 Richie making a solid case for Ferrari to win the Constructors here.
I don't have the standings in front of me, but F1 Richie might still have the chance to get the third place in the championship.
Yeah, well, F1 Richie is in third, Aizen is in second, and they're separated by 1 point. So whoever outscores the other one, unless they finish 14th and 15th and tie, is going to win P2 in Tier 3. And then between the constructors, between Alfa Romeo and Ferrari, if Alfa Romeo outscores Ferrari by 11, they win the Constructors' Championship. And with Mivako in P1, it is looking that way right now.
So it's all for nothing for the Ferrari. He is still on all over the back end of the world, and he is now going for it.
Yeah, and he is unfortunately getting himself up into P3, and that I think is still enough for Alfa Romeo to win, because Krago's not in the points grid, and X is. So as currently, I think Alfa Romeo is racing the race that they want. And with Mivako in P1, it's just got to stay that way. Aizen, of course, must be getting a little bit scared to see F1 Rishi behind him, as whoever finishes ahead between the two of them is going to finish second in the championship. But F1 Rishi, of course, he might have to pit again.
If we speak about Aizen, he is keeping his car. Actually, he is gaining, or he is increasing his gap to F1 Richie with the hard tires, which is really impressive.
Yeah.
So he is faster than the Ferrari driver.
Ethan may have the pace later on in this race, but I do think F1 Richie is going to have to pit sooner rather than later. But he can go soft. So F1 Richie is going to have just pure raw pace here in the closing laps. So, we're seeing some pit stops already. And who is that? That's Passassin and Ix back in the pits. They're only having done 4 laps here. And now just like that, whenever I think there's something said and done in the constructors, it opens up again, just like Bakker getting past Hartman there. And Hartman's actually going to fight back down the inside. Is he able to squeeze that nose in there? Not quite this time. But that was some good fighting back there. Good second effort from Hartman Esports in the Red Bull.
Oh yeah, he's going for it. So at least he can stay in this on the McLaren driver. But yeah, if I can get back to Aizen with his strategy, he might be finishing the race with the hard compound tire, but he is actually still faster than F1 Richie behind him on the harder compound tire.
Yeah,
Still 5 seconds.
It's gonna be close. We're gonna see a lot of pit strategies come into play here in the closing stages. As a lot of guys opted for the soft tires rather than a hard compound. Jiren Visser in our chat says Aizen, and yeah, Aizen having a good race right now, so he's got some fans in the chat. And speaking of the chat, thank you to everybody who's dropped a comment so far. Let us get some more. Then we love to talk to you during the races. We love to hear what you guys have to say. So if you're in the chats right now, drop us a little hello. And the 2 AIs of Bembo and Fallen Monkeys. By the way, if you're wondering why their cars keep swapping positions and we're not showing it, this is why. It's just 2 AI cars rolling around the track there. So they keep swapping positions every second corner. But of course, that doesn't make for the best racing. So we're not going to put that on screen.
Another thing is we are close to Christmas, and yeah, for all viewers, don't forget we have merchandise from ISRL. It would be the perfect Christmas gift this year.
Yeah.
With nice clothes, with nice clothing from ISRL with your name and number on it. So you definitely should take a look on it.
100%. Link in the description. In our chats there, yeah. Rotation saying yellow, and JR saying hola. Hello guys. Hope you're enjoying the race. Any predictions on who the eventual winner is going to be? Let us know. But yeah, thank you to everyone who's in here. Don't forget to like the live stream if you haven't already. I see there's 17 of you. I only see 7 likes on this live stream. So let's let's get those numbers up, boys. Rotation.
I was wondering why.
Yeah, easy clap on the like button, buddy. Come on, step it up.
Sorry to interrupt you, but I was wondering why F1 Richie can't keep up with his soft tires to Aizen, but he's already on 7 laps with his soft, so he might be going into the pit.
Sorry to interrupt. That's a moment from Scar Logan there, as he gets a little bit out of shape as he's chasing down Chilno.
What happened to him, Tommy?
Just the rear end stepping up. He's able to catch it. I thought it was going to be much worse. Cohen Nishka, I still can't say your last name, so I'm just going to stick to Cohen. It says Aizen P2. Clap, clap. So yeah, rotation says rotation, easy clap. Aizen's like Aizen, easy podium. Clap, clap. Some good racing from the McLaren driver there, and he's definitely helping his P2 championship hopes with that performance. Scarlogan, he was close to Chilmo. He isn't close anymore, and we're seeing these gaps start to form, aren't we?
About the live standings, where is Aizen sitting in the standings right now? Because maybe
in the
he
drivers,
got the chance.
he's P2, and he's got 1 point ahead of Richie.
So he's absolutely fighting with Richie, and he got the advantage of the better tire right now. So he is going for second place now.
Yeah. So if F1 Richie outscores, if Aizen outscores F1 Richie in any way, he wins the P2, or he finishes second in the drivers. If F1 Richie outscores Aizen by 2 points, he takes P2.
With F1 Richie, he has to go into sure, but Aizen, he might be able to with 8 laps old hard tires. He is absolutely going for this one-stop strategy, or is it a two-stop strategy, whatever. But he got the advantage to keep on second, even in the championship. So a brilliant strategy from the McLaren driver.
Absolutely, they're risking it on the harder tire compound. On a wet track is always something that's pretty hard to do. But he's making it work. Passassin is not having a good race. Of course, we saw him get pole position. He's all the way down in 13th right now, and he's had multiple pit stops. So,
Passassin is one of those drivers moving up tier 2 probably for next season.
Yeah, that is the current plan there. Of course, not everything has been announced yet, so stay in tune, in touch with us over the holidays. Stay in tune to all of our social media. We're going to be announcing, of course, the race calendar, the driver lineups, and a couple of other things there. Some good stuff coming in the coming weeks with everything ISRL. Let's take a look at the penalties here. We have not yet. If anybody's in danger of losing positions, then X is at 12 seconds, so he is in danger of losing quite a few positions due to penalties. And with Craigo and F1 Richie ahead of him, he's in danger of flipping that Constructors' Championship into Ferrari's favor. And of course, the two teams separated by 10 points right now. Ferrari with 540 points, Alfa Romeo with 530 points. So they're desperate to outscore the Ferrari race cars today.
It really is. Baker, the teammate of Aizen, is in the pits, and we have Benbo Gaming. He's sitting on 19. He was in the pits as well. And I'm still seeing Bumblebee 35 on my screen.
Bakker is pitting. So he's going on another pair of softs, and this is probably what we're going to see F1 Richie try to attempt in a couple laps time, because Bakker was on the softs as well.
Fallen Monkeys and Catastrophic Iron Pits as well.
Oh, Cohen telling me how to pronounce his name. It's Cohen Nijkamp then. Is it Nijkamp? Nijkamp or something?
Not quite sure.
We'll see. I'm sure he'll tell me if I'm wrong, but yeah, we got a race on our hands. Chill Mo trying to make a move on Extreme Pascal ahead of him, and that Williams is running quite well today. This is definitely his best. It's gonna be his best result if he can keep it together in ISRL. He's joined towards the later half of the season. He's gonna dive into the pits right here. So hopefully he's got a gap to at least get some points, because I'm sure he'd love to get some points for the first time here in ISRL, and it's looking like that. Oh, who's that looking for a move on Chilmo though? It's Bakker. having a little peek around the outside. I don't think Mo ever knew he was there. And Bacher with the extra traction through the corner on the soft tires. He's going to slot in ahead there. And Chilmo with nothing much he could do as Bacher on the fresher, softer tire compound. Just not much there that the Alpha Tower could have done to defend.
Just to say that a really strong season for Chilmo. He is sitting still in the top 10 here, even with the slower tire at the moment, but he is doing a great job throughout the season. So yeah, we definitely should take an eye on him for season 4, that's for sure.
Yeah. He is looking to switch to a car he's a bit more comfortable with. I do know that. So hopefully we see him do some great things in 2021 for season 4. I saw Hartman there in the pits. The deck is running, I think the best I've seen the deck run in a long time. He's up into P5 right now. He's
another interesting battle to watch would be Scalo is closing into Prego in the midfield. Both of those drivers.
He lets his teammate by there. Oh, and that's actually going to let Hartman by as well. And Hartman not being nice at all about it. Seeing some contact there between the Red Bull and the Haas. A bit opportunistic, but I think Hartman maybe just sticking the elbows out a little bit too much.
It was, I mean, he can do better. He can do better. But a really nice fight between the Haas drivers there, and all closing into Quago and Shermo as well. So it might be a really interesting battle in the midfield.
Yeah, all of these guys here, they're getting DRS off of each other, which doesn't quite help with the overtaking, but of the guys behind. But it looks like that's going to be a result for Passassin there. Gets by Craigo, inadvertently helping Alfa Romeo there in their quest to win the constructors.
Still surprised that Hartman not Scalo. Scalo and X having still a lot of ERS still available, while Hartman and Craigo running out. Okay. I mean, Hartman still got 22%, and we know how intense Brazil can be in things like ERS management.
Absolutely. Now, as it stands, now of course this is pre-penalties, but I think Ferrari is going to be able to hold on. They're separated as of right now by 6 points, and Alfa Romeo needs to outscore Ferrari by 10. So Craigo needs to lose positions, or F1 Richie, or X needs to gain a lot of positions. So take a look at the penalties here, yeah. And it looks like X is going to be losing all of his points as it stands. And F1 Richie might be losing a position or two. So actually, it might come down here to the finish line. Because F1 Richie, the two guys behind him, don't have any penalties. Right? And so he risks dropping down into P5, which would give Alfa Romeo the title.
The interesting thing is Leclerc got 3 seconds time penalty, while Aizen and Richie got 6 seconds of time penalty. So it would be interesting for Under the World, and even the deck, they are sitting, or the deck is absolutely sitting at least close to 6 seconds behind F1 Richie there.
Yeah. As it stands though, if Mivako wins, F1 Richie drops down to 5th, and Craigo finishes 10th. Alfa Romeo is going to win the title by a single point.
Wow, that
So
you can see how close it is, right?
it is very, very close, and every position matters here.
When did we had it the last time? I think it was two in season one, where a single place you gained was switching from 0 positions in the championship, and now we have it in the constructors in tier 3. Throughout this season, it was really interesting to watch. Really competitive drivers here.
Absolutely.
So,
and
yeah.
four laps remaining here on the Tier 3, Season 3. And it's been an amazing journey. We had a lot of guys who looked like they were going to take that title this year. Of course, a Dark, who moved up to Tier 2, as well as Sunik, who had a super strong start to the year. Catastrophic was in the hunt as well. F1 Richie, Aizen, and Mivako were near the top the entire season, and what an amazing 18 races it's been. It started all the way back in July of this year, and here we are in December racing the last race. So thank you to everyone who's raced with us in season 3. As Hartman has a little bit of a look-see down on Craigo, but Hartman with more penalties. So ultimately, I don't think that's going to affect anything if he does get by. But yeah, thank you to everyone who's raced so far in season 3. It's been a wonderful season. It's been so much fun to commentate on every race here for Tier 3. These guys put on an amazing race every week in, week out, and it's yeah, we'll be back in season 4. I'm looking forward to commentate this again in 2021. But yeah, thank you to everybody. Oh, look at that, Hartman down the inside. He's muscling his way there, and he spins out Craigo. And I have to say that's a penalty for Hartman right off the bat. That I think no, that was not nice. Hartman just muscling that Ferrari there, and we saw him do the same thing to Scar Logan earlier this race. Muscling that Haas out of the way, and he just squeezes that car where it didn't look like there was much room, and then does not give him any room on the apex of that second corner. And I think just from first look, I think that's another penalty on Hartman. So I think Craigo's going to be finishing P10 here in the end. But yeah, 3 laps to go. I thought I saw some action there. 3 laps to go. And it's all come down to this in the season. The last couple of points are on the line, and I'm so glad to be able to share this with all of the viewers right now, all 18 of you watching. So Rotation says, "Hey, Knight, whatever you do, don't give me the
Oh no! What did
did
he do? Oh, Hartman, he's retiring.
Hartman has
straight away.
He has retired, and I don't know why he has retired. He was running in the points.
I saw him at this time, so he was crashing into the wall on purpose, I believe. I don't know what is going on with him.
We're gonna have to look at that, because that is of course a penalty if that is the case, and
he can do better than that. Absolutely, that is not nice.
Yeah, he was running alone there, at least it looked like. So I don't know why he would have lost control there.
Maybe he slipped a little bit, but it is unusual at this point on track, so he might help that situation out a little bit, but I don't see any reason why he should doing this, because he was except of the collision with the Ferrari there, but he was sitting in a really good position, so why he should take himself out of the race on purpose? I don't understand.
I don't know. We'll figure that out after the race there. We got 2 laps to go. Let's tune into our leaders. Our battle near the front. This end of the world is getting very close to F1 Richie, and the deck getting very close to Cozy. I think the deck is going to be taking that position just from not having any penalties. But F1 Richie is at danger of losing a couple spots here, and with it, the Alfa Romeo, or the title to Alfa Romeo, the Ferrari title, he's at risk of losing here, and he needs to hold on, and he needs Craigo to get back up and be in a position to pass Chilmo on penalties. As we are on the last lap of this race now, the last lap of Season 3. The last lap, Tier 3 is going to race here in
End of the world is
2020.
now, and then the world is going inside.
And
He's just past Richie there.
yeah,
Nice move.
he does, but I think F1 Richie might have
He's
a problem here,
getting
does he?
passed by
Yeah,
Joseph.
F1 Richie does have a flat tire here.
Oh no!
And
last lap. Oh my
that's why I
goodness.
was a little bit confused there. I could see F1 Richie slowing down, and I couldn't see why. And that's it.
Get a puncture.
That's the Ferrari Championship into ashes there as F1 Richie starts dropping down the grid, and Mivako still in the lead. Mivako is going to come. He's up on the straight here, and I think he's going to be winning this race shortly. He is down the straight. Mivako is going to not only win the Grand Prix, and we're going to confirm this after, he's going to win the Constructors' Championship for Alfa Romeo as F1 Richie gets a puncture and he starts falling down the grid, and it's disastrous for F1 Richie. Aizen finishes P2. End of the World is going to finish P3. Cozy with another excellent result in P4. As End of the World crosses the line, Cozy P4. The deck P is going to take P4. Joseph Cozy finishes P5, and Bakker finishes P6. And where's F1 Richie going to cross the line? Here he comes. A puncture on the last lap for F1 Richie, and it couldn't finish any worse than that for him. And I'm going to go ahead right now. I'm going to calculate this gap. I want to announce it officially who won this championship, and it's 40 points. 44 points for Alfa Romeo, and for Ferrari it is only that's 8th and 10th. It's only 24 points, outscoring them by 20 points. Alfa Romeo is going to win the championship. They're on that last lap on that flat tire by F1 Richie. If he had pit one lap later, this could have been avoided. But yeah, wow, what a finish here! And Alfa Romeo are your constructors champions. Right there until the end, it looked like Ferrari was just going to be able to eke it out there as and just get enough points. But in the end, it is Mivako who brings home the win. He brings home the Constructors' Championship for Alfa Romeo. And for Mivako, it's a double championship as well, as he, of course, is our Drivers' Champion.
He is absolutely a great job for the Alfa Romeo drivers, winning the Drivers' Championship.
I do apologize for the screen cutting there. Down our order: Mivako, P1, Aizen, P2, End of the World, P3, the deck, P4. That's his best finish in a long, long time. It might be his best finish of the season. Cozy, P5. P6 is Assassin after starting on pole. Bakker, P7. He started P17, and just like the deck, that's a great race for him. F1 Richie, P8 after that puncture. He was running so well in the podium places. Craigo, Demorts, Extreme Pascal, ISRL X Catastrophic, and Scar Logan round out your top 15. Bembo, P16. Fallen Monkeys, they were both having connection issues. Same with Bumblebee. They finished 16th, 17th, 18th, and then Hartman and Sunik, your two DNFs. But guys, we're gonna get the winners in here for a quick interview. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this season. It's been an amazing year for ISRL Esports, for Tier 3, for F1 Esports in general. And I just wanted to thank everybody who's tuned in. And I know I said it earlier this race, but it's been a fantastic season, and I'm so happy that you guys were able to enjoy it with us. Let's just try to get your well, it's definitely been great to have you here, Chris, for the last couple of races of the season. Sorry if the screen has cut out, by the way, on stream. I'm just trying to get these guys in the lobby. or in the party rather, because you know how they went ahead and they messed with our beautiful party system. I think we got Mifako in here. Um, and End of the World in here, and let's invite our other man on the podium, the season podium here, F1 Richie.
And yeah, what is the plan for next season? Yeah.
I think I will move up to Tier 2 and hopefully get some podiums here and there. But first of all, thank you, all the system and the management of Tier 3. It's been a fantastic year and a great year. Thank you, Nick. Thank you, Chris, for commentating the season and the races. It was great.
Yeah, I don't know if you knew how close that championship, that constructors battle, was throughout this race. Until the last lap, you guys were gonna take it home by a single point, and F1 Rishi got a puncture on the final lap of the race that dropped him and clinched it for Alfa Romeo. So that means that you're a double champion this year, drivers, constructors, Mivako. I know it probably does not mean as much as the Drivers' Championship that you clinched a couple of weeks ago, but how does it feel to win both of them?
Well, this race didn't start good for me in the qualifying, so again, sorry to End of the World. I hit him on the back in the quali. I think he had 5 grid penalty, but he didn't me well, so it's fair. Of the start, I think it was some of the most cleanest start that I saw in the wet on the F1 game. Everyone gets away very good. Until the intermediate pit stop, I saw that possession was losing control in his hands and he spins out. So I have full pace, fully sanded, when I know we need to get 10 points more than Ferrari. So, and on the last lap I was just praying that, it's bad to say, but I was just praying that F1 Richie of Grego crashed or have a puncture, and it came.
Yeah, you must have prayed to the right star, because it did come true. F1 Richie getting a puncture on the very last lap, and that granted the championship to Alfa Romeo. So congratulations, Mivako. It's been an amazing season for you, for the team. I'm sure we're going to see you do many great things in Tier 2 in the future. But again, congrats on the win.
Thank you, and thank you guys.
Chris, any other questions for Mivako before we move on?
I still have to say a wonderful season for Mivako as a driver, and for the team all around with him and X, beautiful to watch throughout the season. So congratulations to Alfa Romeo.
Thank you.
And also in this party, we got Aizen. Aizen, you beat F1 Richie. It looked like it was going to come right down to the wire between the two of you today, with F1 Richie on the sauce with the pace there at the end. But that call to go on the hards coming off the inters meant that you were able to build up that gap and hold on to P2. And then not only did you get P2 in this race, you're getting P2 in the championship as well. So how does that feel?
Yeah, it's great. It's a great battle at the end. 1 point before the race between me and F1 Richie. It's really great for the last race of the season. Goal of the hearts was just be safe. I didn't want to go for multiple pits, so I just wanted to get to the end, and I knew that the hearts would take it. And I was actually really pleasantly surprised with the pace. I was keeping a good gap to F1 Richie, even though he wasn't soft.
Yeah,
maybe it would have been more exciting if we had like some actual side-by-side racing, but this was good as well.
Hey, a second place is a second place. It doesn't matter how you get it. That was a good race for you, managing those tires, going for the strategy call. Earlier on in the race, in the wet, of course, the positions were shuffling so much. Were you just trying to cover off F1 Richie's strategy? Were you monitoring what he was doing, or were you just trying to race your own race?
I didn't know much what F1 Richie was doing. I had kind of a bad start. Lost like a couple places in like the first few corners, so I was just trying to keep the car together more than anything, not make any mistakes, not spin out. I knew that F1 Richie was coming. He was fast on the wets. He was getting really close, but just kind of focused on keeping on the track.
Yeah, you did a good job at that. And yeah, P2 in the race, P2 in the Drivers' Championship. Both are yours, so congratulations on that. Any parting words here for it's the end of season 3? Looking forward to season 4. Anything for the future? Anything you want to leave the viewers on?
Yeah, I'm for sure looking forward to season 4, and I want to thank the entire Tier 3 as the manager. I wanna thank the entire Tier 3 for the great season. It was really good, and I'm looking forward to season 4.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing you on track then. Also in the party, end of the world. Are you here with us?
Hello, I'm here.
Yeah, podium. I think earlier on in this race, it didn't look like it was going to be the case, but it did. The stars did align. It did fall into you, and you did what you had to do to keep it. How does it feel?
Yeah, it was a tough race. I got hit at the back at the exit of turn 1 and spun, so it was just recovery from there. Got a decent break with the safety car, and then just head down, make sure I didn't get any penalties, and keep it on track.
It looked like it worked out there, and now I noticed that F1 Richie had a puncture after you got past him. Did he get that while defending against you, or is that what helped you get past him?
No, I knew my front right was pretty worn, so I was a little bit wary of him getting a puncture if I went to overtake him. So he had the penalties. I was just sitting behind him, and then into turn 1 he just went deep, and that was obviously when the puncture hit. So I just breezed past him then.
Okay, so it really was into turn 1 there that the tire went down.
I think so, yeah.
Okay, and
from my point of view.
Yeah, that did make your job defending that a little bit easier, but you were gonna get him, I think, on pace, no matter what. So that definitely, like, that podium didn't fall in your lap. That was you were gonna get that, I think, no matter what, because puncture or not, because that pace from that Renault of yours towards the end of this race was quite quick. Now, during safety cars, during the race, was there any point where you think you probably gambled a little bit and it paid off, or are you happy with the calls you made this race?
Yeah, I think I just about got it right. I just dove into the pits for the inters, and the safety car came out just as I entered the pits, so that was a good break. And then it meant that I could get around, and I think I gained from that pit stop. And then to the dries, I actually just missed the DRS enabled, so maybe could have gone a lap earlier, but I don't think it would have changed the result.
No, I mean, either way, I think you did go on the harder compound, and with that initial pace that the harder tire compounds got on that extra lap that you didn't matter too much. The softs got a lot of pace early, but the harder tire compound struggled. So I think you probably ended up on the right call there anyways.
Yeah, I think so. I'm happy. After being last lap 1, we'll take P3.
Yeah, absolutely. Chris, anything you want to say?
Actually, yes, I have a question to Aizen about your hard tires. How many laps you actually did to warm up those tires, even after the rain?
They got up to speed quite quickly. They were quite okay quite quickly. Took only a few laps.
So the grip with the hard tire was good from the start, or did you had like a struggling moment in sector 2 after switching to the hard tires? So
yeah, but they were fine basically from the beginning. I think I had them in Formula Fridays, and they were feeling pretty bad, but they held up today. They got up to temperature pretty quickly, and they were holding up well through the entire track.
Yeah. It was a really perfect strategy from you. So yeah, pretty decent race on your side, but successful in the end. So congratulations to the second place in the championship, and yeah, good job for all podium runners here. nice job.
Yeah,
That I really
and
think so far.
yeah, honestly, guys, again, I said it before. I said it. I'll say it again. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you to everybody who's liked, watched the stream, subscribed to us on whatever social media you use. It means the world to us that we're able to host these races and that people actually tune in and are excited for them. So thank you. This is the end of Tier 3 for Season 3. We'll see you back in Season 4. But of course, it's not the end of our weekend. We do have 2 more Grand Prix here. Tier 2 coming up in about 20 minutes, and then Tier 1 in 2 hours and 20 minutes. So don't go anywhere. We'll see you soon. And thank you. Again, thank you guys. And yeah, it's been great. Thanks for tuning in.
Yes.